What is going on? Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Kabbalic winds of, where are we? Montenegro.
Somewhere in Montenegro.
Somewhere in Montenegro. Somewhere in Montenegro. If you see us spinning it around in a circle, that would be why. And Dave says that every area in the Mediterranean, he's not wrong, has a name for their winds. In this part of Montenegro, they're known as the Katabatic. I think that's how you say it. We're like, so welcome to the spin cycle. Let's utilize it today. Let's feel with every spin, we're letting go of what we don't require. And with every spin, we're unraveling, right? Any kind of self-doubt, any kind of fear, any kind of blame, any kind of ache that keeps us separate from our truth. And as we're unwinding that, we're winding in that beautiful spiral of like abundance and grace and deeper imagination and connection with our power, our truth, our opportunity to co-create exactly what we desire. So let's honor that as we're spinning around the med right now. Good morning. Who's here? Happy Frenchy Friday. Allison's here. Karen's here. Happy Frenchy Friday. Who else is joining us this morning? All right. So let's settle in, rolling our shoulders back and really opening up to grace. We have a tendency to compartmentalize grace like we do with so many other things. And when we consider walking through the world in a graceful way, if you've ever felt like that needs to look like a ballerina or just needs to look like a model on a catwalk, I want to invite you today as we open up into the review of ACIM that grace can be different. Grace can be messy. Grace can be intense. Grace is about gifting ourselves grace and space to feel, to allow the old aspects of our identity to die, to let go. And that can feel painful at times. It can feel challenging at times, but that doesn't mean it's not graceful. So as we open today, wherever you might be inside of that conversation for yourself, I know that for me in my own journey personally, the more I commit, the more I devote, the more I surrender, the more extreme that intensity can feel at times. So if you have experienced that, I'm going to invite you today to consider a new relationship with grace. And that when you're moving through those moments of intensity, instead of judging yourself as wrong, or I'm not a good student, or I haven't done enough, or what's wrong with me, I know better. I know I'm the light of the world. I know that's my only function. I know that's why I came. So why do I feel so fill in the blank? It's in those moments that the grace can surface. The I love you no matter what. I love you when you know the truth and the truth feels so far away. I love you when you know the truth and it feels painful in this moment. I love you when you know the truth and yet you can't see it and you're on your knees crying, snot running down your face. I love you. I love you. I love you. So with that, Father, Mother, God, we ask today for grace for ourselves and for each other. This or something even better for the highest good of all concerned. Amen. And I would love a little personal blessing as my sister-in-law is in labor. Please send her lots of grace in the moment. My almost 42-year-old brother is about to carry on our lineage, our family name. We weren't sure if there was going to be another Pettit. By the grace of my brother and his beautiful wife, we're going to have another baby. So excited. So it's happening. It's happening in the moment. Lots of grace to her. Nikki, welcome. Elaine, welcome. Lily, bonjour, bonjour. Who else is here? I see some of you peeking in. Happy Frenchy Friday. Happy Frenchy Friday. Those of you that are in the Edge meditation series How's it going? I got some comments yesterday from a woman who just activated the third meditation. This series is so potent. We move from indie, Frenchy to New Yorker, just like we do inside of everything inside of Elegant Femme. And if you're brand new and you don't know what I'm talking about when I say indie, Frenchy, New Yorker, I created a proprietary system called the Femme types when I was in deep need of healing, of awareness, of awakening in my own journey when my husband and I lost our firstborn son. When he passed away, transitioned from this physical world. And I created the Femme types to support my own healing, my own remembering, my own choice to live. And from that point, which is now 23 years ago, from that point, the Femme types have expanded. They are now an unlimited touch point for me. They are the bookmarks of my day, of my life, and have supported me in creating everything I've created in my life. So if you're brand new and you want to know more about the Femme types, usually I recommend the Femme Design Assessment Quiz, but actually this Edge series is so hot and it's free right now. So I will make sure, thank you, Allison. I will make sure that that link is in the description. Super easy, actually, elegantfemme.com/edge. And they are so powerful, these meditations. And we got some surprises in there. So with that, let's have a coffee moment and move into our first review on lesson 171. Hi, Stephanie. Happy late birthday. I saw you got your flowers. All right, let us move in to the review. So yesterday was huge. Do you remember yesterday? Who was with me yesterday? When we opened up lesson 170, there is no cruelty in God and none in me. And we talked about the biggest fear of all that so many of us carry, which is the fear of God itself, the fear of love, the fear of life. That's wild. Did anything big come up inside of you yesterday? It was a big lesson, a big, big lesson. I know I had some reaction yesterday. All right, let's move into the first review. Review 5. So how this works, if you remember, we have an overall context for the review. And for 10 days, we have a short little reminder revision of the last 10 lessons to deepen. So today is the context. We now review again. This time, we are ready to give more effort and more time to what we undertake. We recognize we are preparing for another phase of understanding. We would take this step completely, that we would go on again more certain, more sincere, with faith upheld more surely. Dave is on the lookout. Okay, it just makes me... Whoa. We're safe. We would take this step completely, that we may go on more certain, more sincere, and faith upheld more surely. Our footsteps have not been unwavering, and doubts have made us walk uncertainly and slowly on the road this course sets forth. But now we hasten on, for we approach a greater certainty, a firmer purpose, and a surer goal. Steady our feet, God. Steady our feet, life. Steady our feet, creation. Let our doubts be quiet and our holy minds be still and speak to us. We have no words to give you. We would but listen to your word and make it ours. Lead our practicing as does a father lead a little child along a way he does not understand. Yet he does follow, sure that he is safe because his father leads the way for him. So do we bring our practicing to you. And if we stumble, you will rise us up. If we forget the way, we count upon your sure remembering. We wander off, but you will not forget to call us back. Quicken our footsteps now, and we may walk more certainly and quickly unto you. And we accept your word, you offer us to unify our practicing as we review the thoughts that you have given us. This is the thought which should I precede the thought. This is the thought which should precede the thoughts that we review. Each one but clarifies some aspect of this thought or helps it be more meaningful, more personal and true, and more descriptive of the holy self we share and now prepare to know again. God is but love, and therefore so am I. God is but love, and therefore so am I. This self alone knows love. This self alone is perfectly consistent in its thoughts, knows its creator, understands itself, is perfect in its knowledge and its love, and never changes from its constant state of union with God and itself, with creation and itself, with life and itself. And it is this that waits to meet us at the journey's ending. Every step we take brings us a little nearer. This review will shorten time immeasurably if we keep in mind that this remains our goal. And as we practice, it is this to which we are approaching. Let us raise our hearts from dust to life as we remember this is promised us, and that this course was set up to open the path of light to us and teach us step by step how to return to the eternal self we thought we lost. I take this journey with you, for I share your doubts and fears a little while, that you may come to me who recognize the road by which all fears and doubts are overcome. We walk together. I must understand uncertainty and pain, although I know they have no meaning. Yet a Savior must remain with those he teaches, seeing what they are, still retaining in his mind the way that led him out, and now will lead you out with him. God's Son is crucified until you walk along the road with me. Now, if we consider the way that we have in bringing this internal, and instead of looking at, in this instance, a crucifixion as something that happens externally on a wooden cross, consider the depth of pain you feel inside when you are not in alignment with truth. Consider the depth you feel inside when you are separate from your love. Consider the depth of pain you feel inside when you are shedding an old identity. Consider that as a crucifixion. The internal turmoil, the internal pain, that separateness, that distance, what feels like death inside. Have you experienced that? A pain that hurts so bad inside that there aren't any words for it, where you have forgotten who you are, or same thing, but can feel like a different slight nuance inside, where you're shedding an old identity and remembering. But in order to fully remember our power, our abundance, our beauty, our grace, we need to let go of who we're not. And sometimes the ego holds on for dear life. What if you consider that a crucifixion? Instead of something outside of someone dying on a wooden cross, consider it perhaps a little differently and see how that might land. My resurrection comes again each time I lead a brother safely to the place at which the journey ends and is forgot. I am renewed each time a brother learns there is a way from misery and pain. Again, consider what I'm saying. Each time one of us moves from that misidentification, every time one of us lets go of an old identity and comes into the awakening of who we are, we open up that level of consciousness for others to do the same. We see the world differently. We shine differently. We walk differently. We embody differently. I am reborn each time a brother's mind turns to the light in him and looks for me. I have forgotten no one. Help me now to lead you back to where the journey has begun, to make another choice with me. Release me as you practice once again the thoughts I brought to you from him who sees your bitter need and knows the answer God has given him. Again, lots of words. How does it feel? Let's just leave that for a second. Release me as you practice once again the thoughts I brought to you from him. Consider this. Release you as you practice once again the thoughts that are brought to you from life from God, from creation, who sees your need and knows the answer. Together we review these thoughts. Together we devote our time and effort to them. And together we will teach them to our brothers. And again, from a teaching perspective, when I feel that, I don't feel like we need to go around teaching like perhaps in the way that you might think. The teaching is the embodiment. It's walking through life this way. God would not have heaven incomplete. It waits for you, as I do. I am incomplete without your part in me. And as I am made whole, we will go together to our ancient home, prepared for us before time was, and kept unchanged by time, immaculate and safe, as it will be at last when time is done. Let this review be then your gift to me. For this alone I need, that you will hear the words I speak and give them to the world. You are my voice, my eyes, my feet, my hands, through which I save the world. The self from which I call to you is but your own. To God we go together. Take your brother's hand, take your sister's hand, for this is not a way we walk alone. In God I walk with you, and you with me. Life wills you to be one with it. What lives but must not then be one with you. Let this review become a time in which we share a new experience, yet one as old as time and older still. Hallowed your name, your name. Your glory undefiled forever, and your wholeness now complete as God established it. You are his daughter. You are his son. You are one with God, completing the extension in your own. We practice but an ancient truth we knew before illusion seemed to claim the world, and we remind the world that it is free of all illusions every time we say, God is but love, and therefore so am I. With this, we start each day of our review, and with this, we start and end each period of practice time. And with this thought, we sleep to waken once again, and these same words upon our lips to greet another day. No thought that we review, but we surround with it and use the thoughts to hold it up before our minds and keep it clear in our remembrance throughout the day. God is but love, and therefore so am I. And thus, when we have finished this review, we have recognized the words we speak are true. Yet are the words but aids to be used except at the beginning and the end of the practice periods, but to recall the mind as needed to its purpose. So as you move through the day, whenever you're feeling that distance, whenever you're feeling that separation of any kind, or even a celebration, we don't have to wait to feel the disconnect. God is but love, and therefore so am I. Let it echo. Let it be the harmony. Let it be the music behind the backdrop of your life. We place faith in the experience that comes from practice, not the means we use. We wait for the experience and recognize that it is only here conviction lies. We use the words and try again to go beyond them to their meaning, which is far beyond their sound. The sound grows dim and disappears. As we approach the source of meaning, it is here that we find rest. God is but love, and therefore so am I. So today's specific review, God is but love, and therefore so am I. All things are echoes of the voice of God. God is but love, and therefore so am I. The power of decision is my own. God is but love, and therefore so am I. Bettina, hello, beauty. All right, gorgeous ladies. God is but love, and therefore so am I. How is this feeling? How is this landing? As we enter into this sacred remembering together, I am sending you so much love for an absolutely beautiful weekend. Enjoy this review period. Enjoy this time. Enjoy the stillness. Enjoy the lesson. Enjoy the truth. I'm sending you so much love. Have a beautiful weekend.